Hey team, hope you're all doing well. Today's video is how to become a faster long distance runner, and many athletes ask us, and I think one of the best ways to become better at this sport is, more than anything, is to be consistent and to believe in yourself and to be patient with your fitness. Especially the older you get, the more patient you have to be when it becomes when you're wanting to run at faster paces and you're just not there. Okay, as I always talk about in other videos, it usually takes between 3 to 4 weeks for your body to adapt to any stress load you're placing on it. So to become a faster long distance runner, you really have to be cognizant of your buildup and what is your strategy. Are you trying to train for a 10K in 4 weeks? Are you trying to run and prepare for a marathon in 8 weeks? Or is training for a longer period of time a better option? In my opinion, it is. Because again, the longer your buildup, okay, if you're training for a 10 miler or a 10K or a half marathon or a marathon, the minimum buildup time I would aim for is 16 weeks. If you're training for a longer race, like a half marathon or marathon, I would give yourself between 20 and 24 weeks to prepare properly for that race. And one of the best ways to answer how to become a faster long distance runner is to think long term. Okay, you are not going to become great in this sport quickly. And a lot of times athletes try to accomplish what really is going to take several years. They try to cram it all in a matter of a few months. And when they don't achieve that particular goal that they set in, say, a 3-month block of training, they get really frustrated and they start to doubt themselves. And I know, because earlier in my career I was the same exact way. I was constantly trying to run at speeds I just simply wasn't prepared to run at, and it wasn't because I had a lack of talent or a lack of motivation or focus. It's just the fact that we are so motivated as runners, and we want to get in phenomenal shape, and we want to go out and run and be able to sustain race pace from the start all the way to the finish line. We want to keep up with our competitors. And obviously run faster than our competitors. But one of the best ways to become a faster long distance runner is to focus on what you can control yourself. Okay, don't compare yourself to other athletes. Don't worry about what Joe or Jane down the street's running. Okay, it doesn't matter what these athletes are doing. It's what matters, and what counts is what you are doing in training. What I would advise in terms of how to become a faster long distance runner is to study what runners that are faster than you are doing or have done in training, and mimic that, and take pieces of those particular aspects of their training. Maybe they're running faster long runs every other week. Okay, and in my case, and what helped me the most was that strategy. Okay, for many years, all through high school, all through college, I would run long, slow, easy long runs. Okay, and I started running at very high levels, very high competitive levels at the half marathon distances when I started running faster long runs. Okay, I preach this all the time in just practically every video I make as a reminder to you athletes, regardless if you're a total beginner or you're an elite level athlete, especially if you're more seasoned and you've been at this for a longer period of time, you will obviously have participated in doing faster long runs. But I've known a lot of really competitive athletes that really never considered that. And maybe that's a strategy that you need to start implementing in your own training in terms of getting you to become a faster long distance runner. Okay, you have to work on your speed. Again, as I mentioned, you don't want to just run long, slow, and easy every single weekend, but you also want to still pay attention to the other factors that are going to help you get the highest return on your investment in training. So you want to also make sure you're running slow enough during your weekly recovery runs so that you can continue to do these really hard anaerobic workouts, whether they're repeat 1,600 meter repetitions on the track, 3-mile reps on the roads at 10K race pace. Okay, so doing those types of workouts, especially the repeat 200s, repeat 600s on the track, those types of workouts will help you recruit more fast twitch muscle fibers. And the more of these we recruit, the more economical or efficient we are going to race at. Okay, if you're just running long, slow, and easy on your long runs, you're going to become a very superior long, slow distance runner. To become a faster long distance runner, you have to change up your tactics. You have to start studying what do the best runners, whether they're from Kenya or America or Canada or Japan, what are these athletes doing that makes them look so relaxed in training and so relaxed in the race? And how are they able to sustain and clear that lactic acid that's building up in their body? How are they able to clear that faster than it's building up so that they don't slow down? And one of the best reasons why they're doing that is because in most cases, the world's top middle to long distance runners are running around 40% of their weekly volume at or below their anaerobic threshold. And the way I found out about that, and it wasn't surprising when I heard about it, was a presentation that Dr. Joe Vigil, he's one of the world's top middle to long distance running coaches and a mentor of mine, there was a presentation that he gave and where he discussed that. And he said that the top runners are running around 40% of their weekly volume at or below their anaerobic threshold. And I'll leave that presentation below this video. Definitely, I highly recommend watching that from start to finish. Joe Vigil is without a doubt one of the very best long distance running coaches in the world. And I was very, very fortunate to have been mentored by him and been coached by two other world-class coaches in Jack Hazen and also Lisa Rainsberger, who coached me when I was with the U.S. Army World Class Athlete Program. And Lisa had a PR of 2:28 for the marathon and was the last American female to win the Boston Marathon. In 1985, she ran 2:34 before Des Linden won I think it was the 2018 Boston Marathon, but it was a few years ago. But for many, many, many years, there was an American female had not won the Boston Marathon until after she won. So those were some athletes and coaches that I was very fortunate to work with. And so my key strategy in answering this question of how to become a faster long distance runner is be patient with your training. Have a plan, pre-plan for your races. Find races that are flat and that are going to give you the best chance of running a new personal best. Stay consistent with your mileage. Start implementing mental training into your routine. Mental training is simply visualizing yourself running at a very high level. Maybe it's at your goal race and seeing yourself passing people, running relaxed, being confident, getting across the finish line, seeing that time on the clock that you're aiming for. Okay, most athletes only focus on physical training, and we don't really pay as much attention to mental training. A lot of athletes have never even been told or mentored to really pay attention to mental training. The best middle to long distance runners, some of the world-class athletes that I've trained with over the years, they paid just as much attention to mental preparation and training as they did to their physical training. So if you're going to become a better long distance runner, you have to study what the best middle to long distance runners do. Okay, and they're very disciplined. They plan out their tactics in terms of their build-up. They follow a legitimate plan. That's one of the reasons why I created the training plans and running courses on RunDreamAchieve.com, because again, it takes the guesswork out of your training. You have a better understanding of, okay, what do I need to be doing on a daily basis? How should I taper down my training? How much volume should I be doing? And also having that leeway of backing off when you need to. Okay, if you're feeling fatigued, maybe you're running low on iron or you're running low on potassium. You could be running low on glutathione, which is the body's master antioxidant. Few athletes know anything about it. So I highly recommend Googling that word, glutathione. Okay, if you're running low on glutathione or you're running low on iron or ferritin, it doesn't matter how much motivation you have. You're going to have a very hard time running at very fast paces over long distances, because those particular nutrients are very important when it comes to oxygen capacity and oxygen delivery throughout your body and cellular health. Okay, so pay attention to those things. A lot of times athletes think that they're either out of shape or they don't have what it takes, when really it's either they need more rest or they're running low on something. Okay, so these are just a few tips, a few things I want you thinking about in terms of how to become a faster long distance runner. Continue to work on your leg speed. One tempo run, one speed workout, one long run per week. Volume, stay consistent with your volume, but also don't get so caught up in how much mileage you're running per week. Find out what percentage of that mileage are you really training at or below your goal race pace? And if, say, 2 to 5% of your weekly volume is running below your goal race pace, start increasing that up to around a minimum to around 15 to 25%. And I think that's really going to help you prepare better, because again, you're training at faster paces. You're teaching the body to improve its ability to clear lactic acid more effectively. You're improving your body's lactate tolerance, so you're able to sustain race pace at a faster heart rate, at a faster pace per mile or pace per kilometer, and you're running at a higher heart rate and a higher percentage of your max heart rate for a longer extended period of time. That is very important as well. So I hope this answers this question. If you have any other questions or concerns, leave it below in the comment section. I will definitely reach back out to you all. Definitely check out the resources below these videos, as well as on RunDreamAchieve.com. They're there for you to help you get to the next level in your training. So I wish you all the best, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.